What's going on?
Yo.
Hello, my friends. Long time no see.
Happy to see you back.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Glad to see you guys. And so Chris.
How many shots are you into already, Jared?
1, 2.
And of course he snuck another one before.
Yeah, I was going to say, you knew it wasn't the only one that he did before the show. Like, he's not going to have a starter shot in front of us. He's going to have a starter shot when we're not there. Then he has, because if we see him have the starter shot, we will be like, dude, all right, maybe you should calm down a little bit, right?
You guys have seen me on here sober, and you don't like it. You said I was an asshole, so now I drink.
Better when he's drunk. That's
yeah.
That's
I mean,
well, 2 shots is not making a man of that size drunk.
Yeah, but you know.
He's saying he's fat.
What do you call me fat?
We used to call that a backhanded compliment back where I grew up. It's like normally people can't pull off greasy hair, but you do a good job of it. You know, like fucking
Didn't you say that to Brian once?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, I say that to him because it always looks like Ricky Ricardo. Like fucking, like literally, like Ricky Ricardo. You're like, fuck, you are so Puerto Rican, man. But Brian looks like every dude that I grew up with. You know, like fucking every Puerto Rican in my family. Yeah. So throwback Brian. That's what I call him. Fucking no.
Jesus Christ.
I like how you guys can always turn and twist everything I say into something negative. It's awesome. I love it.
You're not nice. You aren't nice.
You're not a nice person.
You're not nice.
No. I think Gerald is nice. I think that he really is nice. I also think that Gerald is a little bit like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Like fucking, he's a nice guy. He's just a little slow. So you gotta give him fucking, some room to be slow.
I tend to rabbits, George. I tend to rabbits.
Yeah, I tend to rabbit. Yeah, and
I love him and squeeze him and hug him.
When we go up to Canada, I'm gonna be like, pet the rabbit, Lenny. It'll be okay.
He's gonna start petting you and pet them. Fucking accidentally kill the eating in his fucking hand.
Yeah. No, we're looking forward to fucking seeing Gerald. Though we're looking more forward to seeing Crystal. But but definitely looking forward to seeing that.
I did hear that she will show you the best pizza spots in Canada that they're on.
Yeah, it'll be the best Pizza Huts in fucking in the fucking...
We were asking about restaurants where we're around, and he's like, "There's an A&W."
Yeah, a fucking root beer restaurant. Like there's an A&W and a Timmy Hortons up the block. We're like, oh.
No. Like, I was mentioning steakhouses, and I said, but right next to the venue is like an A&W if you want something quick.
Yeah, you guys have an A&W. That blows my mind that you guys have an A&W up there, because we have one right down here, and typically, like, that's not something that runs all the way up into Canada. Like,
right. Yeah, well, that's why I was curious too. You know which place is great though by Jared is that fast food place that's all like carnival food. I went there with Shane when I was at your show.
The Cookout?
No, it's like Dutton's or something like that. It's just like you could go there and get like corn dogs and fucking Denton's. That's what it was. Yeah, fucking yeah.
You couldn't get Denton's from Dutton's. Come on.
Well, so Denton's is not it's not like a chain restaurant. Like there's like two of them, and then the whole fucking state. That's all there is. But yeah, so I was thinking something a little more.
They're the place that the original Orange Julius, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking. Yeah.
On Wednesdays they have all you can eat chicken fingers. So
yeah, fucking good place.
Just in case if you want to know.
But I was surprised at the A&W being in fucking Canada too. They don't have In-N-Out up there, huh?
No. I'm gonna go with no. I don't know of any.
All right, Carl's Jr.
Definitely not.
Ugh, even Australia has
no Hardee's, Carl's Jr. Nothing like that.
No.
What?
Yeah, that's why he's healthy and we're three fat fucks just making fun of him.
And that's also why we have guns and his got taken away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come to my house. I still have guns. Fuck.
Not supposed to. I listened to your prime minister talk about it.
Well, no, he's borderline Hitler. He thinks that he's going to get rid of him, and all it's going to do is get him out of office. So it's
When
good.
is he gonna get?
Hey, I just wanted to take a second to thank everybody that prayed or sent good vibes or whatever for my dad. Give a little update. He's doing great. Looks like he's going to keep both of his legs, bar any infections and stuff like that. So thank you guys. It's been a rough go watching him go through surgery and stuff. If you've never done that with a family member or a parent, it's scary. So just want to say thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the love and support.
I want to say that your dad could kiss my ass because fucking I lost a leg just by fucking doing fun stuff, and he fell off a boat, okay, and got fucking his legs almost chopped off, and he gets to keep his legs. And just because I did a little cocaine in the fucking early 2000s, fucking I lost mine. But
Chris,
I'm very happy with that.
You are legitimately half the man that he is.
Well, I'm 3/4 the man that he is. Yeah. So
Well, we do know that you suffered a little more.
No, I definitely know I'm gonna want to meet fucking Gerald's dad next time I go to Tennessee because I want to see that fucking Han Solo grimace that he gives me when I fucking roll up in a wheelchair and he's like, yeah, fucking yeah. I got a boat motor. Fucking, I went through a boat motor. You did cocaine in 2017 or. Wait, I didn't do cocaine in 2017. I did a lot of cocaine in 2006 through 10. Okay, so that's yeah. And your dad is just laughing at me right now.
And he's walking.
I mean, this man spent 20 minutes floating in the water with his legs smacking him in the fucking back.
Yeah,
in the filthy fucking Ohio River, like fucking. First of all, my first question to your dad was, why would you even be fishing there? Why do you want to fucking eat something that comes out of that fucking radiation-filled fucking water? You know, but maybe because he fell into the radiation water, when he heals, he'll have superpowers.
Or he wasn't fishing to eat it. He was just fishing to catch and release and have a good time.
Why would you do that, though? That's like jerking off without the payoff. Right?
To get away from your wife like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I get that.
All right. We're at the root of a much bigger problem now. So, okay. All right.
Also, we got some news this week. Chris has gotten a new job.
Yes.
So we're going to congratulate Chris from East Valley Exotics. He is dipping out because he's going to be working every Sunday from now on. So, congratulations to Chris. We're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss picking on that bald. What do you call him, Chris?
Amish guy, Amish terrorist.
Amish terrorist.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss the bald Amish terrorist.
Yeah.
And,
no. Congratulations to Chris, but fuck that short-term motherfucker. All right, motherfucker's on the Fat Man Network now. All right, you fucking hold off on a job to fucking do your commitment to the Fat Man Nation.
Listen, I can't take this job. I am on a podcast.
Right, that's right. That makes zero money. All right.
I can't help my family with this pay raise. I just can't. It's too much.
I literally sent him a text that said, "Do they not know who you are?" I'm like, "Do they not know?"
Relax. He was on this show and they didn't know who he was. You guys didn't know who he was. All right. So. No,
he may have
good
been,
luck to Chris, man.
He may have been the smartest person on this panel.
Until tonight, we have Kori Martin on.
With the most diverse collection on this panel.
Yeah. Well, except for now, Kori Martin.
Right.
She's not on the panel.
No, but she's going to be on the show.
So now you're left with me as the smartest person with the most diverse collection. And you guys really fucked up.
I don't even know what to fucking say to that.
You're not on the panel. You're just fucking here because it's your. It's your.
Let me tell you something. I own this panel. Okay,
but you're not on the panel. Listen, Donald Trump, calm your ass down.
All right. Fucking that was my best compliment of the week. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Your hair looks nice.
Thank you, sir. Let's do shout outs and have some kind of structure to the fucking show. Fucking Gerald, go.
Well, Sky High Morphs, we got Brian and Holly. I don't know if you had a chance to check them out. Check them out. We have Ken from LMK.
Hey, Ken.
We have the Ophidiarium, Jake the Snake. He's awesome.
Oh, fucking me. I take my Lenny comment back, Gerald. That was very well done. You pronounced the fucking name right. Okay. Fucking good. Good deal.
M&K Exotics, we got Mike.
As soon as Jake came up, I was like, oh no. Like,
no. I know, I'm borderline retarded. We have Allison Wood, the better half of Jared.
Hey, Allie.
Let me tell you something. It's funny that you have Allison followed by Crystal because they both give me wood. Right? So
we have Gecko Diva, Crystal, my wife, by the way.
Right.
We have Flyby with the Punisher. I don't know who they are, but I love the logo.
Welcome.
We have Will. I don't know what to say, but Will. For Pete Snake, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. That I believe is still going to breast cancer.
Yeah, the super chats are all going to Susan G. Coleman, breast cancer, race for the cure.
So if you guys, anything you guys send's going there, Stan the man. Always a good man.
Who else we got? Anybody?
I think
Jared Toppin.
JR Puppin stuff. Fucking what's up, man?
Thanks, JR. Appreciate it, brother.
There you go.
All right. That's it. A whopping 14 people here.
Bang, bang.
That's fucking. Oh, God damn it!
You're here, and it's not helping me. Thank you.
Dude, I'm here. Nothing but helping. All right. Without me, you would have had 9. All right. So fucking calm it down. All right. Fucking shit. Right?
Look, I'm just the only motherfucker that'll give you shit to your face.
But you know what? We're still getting good views. We're pushing 500. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I did see that we got better views the last week than the one black friend, one white friend.
I have to check that out.
I'm doubting that. I'm highly doubting that.
Fucking A. Hold on. I'll tell you.
Bring it up.
Yeah. My one black friend, episode 7 at 775. You guys had 459. So
that's way better. That's way better. That's like a golf score. It's a handicap. All right, we get a handicap score, Chris.
Yeah.
We get a handicap.
Yeah. This panel is definitely considered fucking handicap.
Well, yeah.
319. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for 319.
So we have a very special and very beautiful guest to come on tonight. A very smart guest, according to almost everybody else on this panel, a lawyer.
An ex-lawyer.
I'm the fuck down. She's an ex-lawyer.
Ex-lawyer, excuse me. And also could be the dumbest person in the world because she went from being a lawyer to breeding reptiles. So, I mean, it's 50-50. But she did drop the dumbass ball pythons, and we're going to hear a lot more about that here in just a second, aren't we, guys?
Yeah, way to kill the lead, but sure. All right. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily would have played it that way, but good job, Jared. All right. Let's bring in my fucking buddy, fucking Kori Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame.
All this about ball pythons? No good.
You know, if you give people the notes other than yourself, then I know not to say shit like that. And then here we are.
Oh my gosh. Did you really have a bunch of notes about ball python stuff?
Yeah.
Well, he's Canadian and he's fucking stupid. We didn't realize that we didn't want to talk about ball pythons. They fucking suck. Let's be honest.
Like, I'm going to ask you about how the Huffman gene's doing for you, like when you don't have a fucking ball python.
Yeah, that's what Chris Eaton did for me, was make me synonymous with Huffman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody want a Huffman back 4 years ago? What a bug deal.
Whenever Kori did a show, I would literally get like 10 photos of the Huffman gene at Kori's fucking table, and we would just make fun of the Huffman gene the entire time. Okay.
Especially if it had hypo, you'd be like, everyone would be like, "Oh my god, Chris Eaton, it's a hypo Huffman."
Hypo Huffman, yeah. Hypo Huffman is, like expecting to have really good sex and just having sex in the ass. Like a hypo Huffman is just worse than anything could possibly be. But she got out of that shit, and I fucking love her for it.
Right.
Well, so like 4 years ago, like that was what you said. You were just pounding her because of the fact that she had the Huffman gene. You said it's a stupid Texas gene, and some Texans making money off of all you Texans, and he's the smartest stupid man you've ever met.
Which is funny. So this is so funny because literally for the past, like, I want to say 3 years at least, I was the only person in Texas working with Huffman. So.
Yeah. Literally the only person. And I don't know if you know the size of Texas being in Canada, but Texas is like the size of Canada. Okay.
I tried to say that once, and it started an argument, Chris. Be careful.
It's got probably the population of Canada for sure.
My first episode of Shitting On was on the Huffman gene.
Yep. And I provided you with pictures for that.
Yeah, you gave me pictures of it. I call up Kori. I'm like, listen, I'm totally going to make fun of you for like fucking 4 minutes straight. Can you give me some pictures of the Huffman? And funny thing is, I didn't need those pictures. I could have just went to Shutterstock and got pictures of normals, and fucking nobody would have known. Okay, so it's fun time, good time. I think that the hatred brought me and Kori closer.
It did. It definitely helped.
I didn't know nothing about the Huffman gene before I'm like, there's a Huffman gene. I didn't know about it until I rewatched or re-listened to your episode 37, about the Huffman gene. I didn't even know it existed.
Yep.
So that Kori's Huffman and Razor is the same thing. So Kori, you must have did something good, because now they're ripping off your gene and just giving it a new name.
Yeah, right. No, I worked with both Huffman and Razor, and I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care, right? Who gives a fuck? Let me ask you: do you think that because in the last 4 years since you got out of it, shed testing has become such a huge thing? Yeah. Would you still be in it now if shed testing was available 4 years ago?
I have no idea. Because I've only shed tested once, and so I was on my way out when that started really ramping up. So
right.
I don't really know how that would have changed things for me.
Well, the thing is that you moved on to monitors now, right?
Yeah.
So, and monitors are smart, right? You know that they're when you look at them, you know that they're thinking about something, as opposed to like
wheels turning instead of
instead of like a ball python that you look at it and it's like, duh, like maybe I'll move today, maybe I won't move today, maybe I'll just stay here. What's the reason that you got out of ball pythons?
Yeah, so it was kind of something that evolved over time. About a couple of years ago, I moved into a facility. I learned really fast, like right around the same time I started getting into lizards and monitors. Learned quickly that my facility was not secure for monitors. So I had to move all of them back to my house. So then I had a house full of reptiles. I was paying for a facility that I couldn't even keep half my collection in. And I was kind of faced with the choice of, well, I could bring the ball pythons back home and the other snakes I had, because I didn't just have ball pythons, but I could bring all of those home. But then I would have very limited space to actually do what I want with the monitors. And so after probably 6 months of going back and forth on what to do, I found there's you know what, time to cut it loose. So.
But you cut loose when you were still kind of making money, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was still making money for sure. Yeah.
I used to talk to other Texas people and I would be like, how was the show this weekend? And they're like, we made $400. It sucked. We made $600. It sucked. Then I'd be like, Kori, how'd you do this weekend? She's like, yeah, I made $7,000. She's like, I spent $7,000 on a monitor, but I did make it. And I remember the arguments that we used to get into. I'm like, this will never succeed if you spend every fucking dime that you make. You know?
I know. That's always been my problem is the money going out, not the money coming in.
Well, and to be fair, though, we talked a lot before you had the facility.
Oh, yeah.
And your house was like, I mean, she had fucking freedom breeders in the dining room, okay? Like fucking. It
was, and I have 4 kids as well. And so our house was just, and I did rodents, and I mean, our house was just like jam-packed. And, you know, in all fairness, my dining room now is a room dedicated to monitors. So it's not like that's changed, but it's, it was definitely with
and Kori didn't even have a kitchen for like a year and a half. So she had no running water. She had to go to a garage to fucking get water.
I did.
Yep. Your husband still loves you though?
It's amazing. Like, I don't know how, I don't know why, but somehow.
Yeah. You know what?
You know why.
Yeah, she's good at breeding reptiles, but she's good at something else, like even better.
I have 4 kids. What can I say?
Right? Yeah, Kori don't fuck around. The first time I met Kori, we had been talking for like 2 years. Then the first time I met Kori, I show up at a fucking Arlington show, and Kori was the only one that looks at me and she goes, what's with the fucking hat? Right. I was like, oh, this is my thing now. And she's like, oh, you didn't mention that on the fucking hundreds of phone calls that we did. That's how I knew that Kori doesn't even watch me now.
I don't.
You know, basically, she used me as a fucking stepping stone.
Yeah.
Right. And then once she got past me, she's like, fuck them. She stood on the heads of all those fat men that came before her. Okay. And just walked right over us.
I pretended to like you for like 5 years just so I could like ride that sweet fat man coattail. And
that's what I'm saying.
So that leads us into a really good question. Like how was being on the 15 Minutes of Lame or being on the Fat Man channel? How did that help push your business into the next phase?
So I don't know that the 15 Minutes of Lame part really did a huge amount. I know that just in general, my friendship with Chris definitely helped because he would mention me a lot on different shows early on, and just that definitely helped in terms of like people becoming aware of who I was.
You were also on the Hot Girl episode as well.
I was, yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. I was on that one too.
Pow.
Yeah.
Kori Martin right there.
Oh gosh, and Zach, I forgot that he was on that too.
Yeah, that was Fat Man pre-hat. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's just take a look at everybody on this panel. Like Zach, not really in it anymore, or is he? I don't really know.
I don't know. I don't hear a lot from Zach and Miri a whole lot anymore.
Well, I know Miri is still in it.
Yeah.
I know they made a porno.
Yeah, they did make a porno that one time. Brittany's still in it. Marita is in it, but not in it. You're out. This girl Elizabeth is out. This Precious Robbins, who said she was fucking gonna leave a legacy for her kids, fucking is out. Okay. And Jamie Cadill is still in it on like a low-level family business kind of thing.
Okay, so, I'm just saying you're kind of killing our show later on, by the way.
Oh no!
Oh, really, Emma?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well.
We just ruined all of his planning. Why did you even bother?
Yeah, to Jared's points, if you would have sent us all the notes, I would have fucking known.
you gave me the goddamn freaking note to put up for the Post-it.
Yeah, I gave you my note. Okay, all right.
Do your own research, Gerald. What the fuck?
Yeah, seriously. God damn it.
Wow, man, all the time riding his coattails.
Well, also remember that Kori was in season 1 of 15 Minutes.
I was.
And Kori still came in second or third, right? It was you, Jeremy Baud, Feely, and
I don't remember.
Yeah, you're not helping.
That's how much she cares. That's how much she cares.
Yeah, you're not really helping our push for the new contest, okay, Kori?
Oh, I'm sorry. It changed my life. It changed
there
my
you
life.
Go. That's what we want to hear.
I wouldn't be where I was today if it wasn't for being on 15 Minutes of Lame. It
That's
just
right.
completely like skyrocketed my my amazing
text in the mail.
Listen, I am Kori Martin of Reptiles. All right.
Yeah, I pay royalties to him every month.
That's right. That's right. Every month. I get more from Kori than I do the record company, so it's all good. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Paul, you become Chris. Fucking ask a question.
No question
because you didn't get any fucking notes.
Thinking about when you went to Zimbabwe.
Yes, I did. I've been twice.
Now my question is it when you had lawyer money?
No, it's not actually. It was when I had that sweet ball python money.
And now you decide to kick them to the curb, and now you're just sitting home and you won't go out of Texas.
No.
I don't go to shows outside of Texas.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. No, I'm going to Brazil in 3 weeks. Like I travel a lot.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So my favorite thing in the entire world, outside of reptiles and like I guess my family or whatever, is wildlife photography. So I really enjoy traveling and sitting in the dirt and taking pictures of animals. So
yeah, Kori fancies herself a photographer. But also
you're an asshole.
But also Kori is the only rich person that I know that pays money to go live like poor people for like 2 weeks. Okay. Poor people hate Kori. Okay.
Digging holes and I got you. Yeah.
They're like, just come to my house for 2 weeks. Okay. You can save yourself a lot of money. Yeah. Kori's like, I'm going to Ethiopia this week. I'm going to Zimbabwe next week. I'm going to Iraq the week after that. I didn't even know you could do that. Okay. Yeah. And Kori's fucking going to Iraq to look at fucking geckos and take gay little pictures of them. So again, it's gonna be interesting.
All right, so
Kori, you must have really hated your job. You must have been a public defender or something that because to leave being a lawyer and saying, I'm going to throw all this money away, all this education away, and say, fuck it, I'm going to play with ball pythons. Wow.
Yeah, so I was a mental health public defender.
Oh,
so
my God.
I represented clients in commitment proceedings.
Oh.
So my job was, my clients generally were in the hospital because a doctor wanted them to be in the hospital because they were in love. They didn't want to be in the hospital. It was my job to argue that they shouldn't have to be in the hospital. So I lost almost every case. And it was super fun. I spent COVID going to visit people in hospitals. And
real quick, Kori, sorry to interrupt, but what the fuck is happening to Jared?
Are you okay?
I was sneezing and trying not to blow it all in the microphone.
No seizure. You're all good.
Yeah.
No seizure. I don't think.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So it was a really different kind of practicing law. I did other stuff prior to that, but that was the job I was doing when I left practicing law. And it was a decision more that I needed to leave that job than it was, I want to be a full-time reptile breeder. So
you're leaving regardless. You could have been going to work at Walmart, but you were leaving.
But I did not go find another law job. So yeah.
Yeah. Paul works in a corrections facility, so I'm sure he's familiar with the kind of fucking
mental health proceedings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not fun.
No.
I remember when you told me that you were going back to being a lawyer, and we're like, oh, that's fucking cool, right? Kori's like, I'm really enjoying it. And like 4 months later, we get a call and like, Kori's like, I got the shit kicked out of me today. I think I'm going to quit.
Like actually got the shit kicked out of you?
Yeah, I was visiting a client in a hospital, and hospital techs weren't paying a whole lot of attention to the other people in the room, and someone just walked up behind me and like hit me. So that was really fun.
They
And
close.
I had several times where like I had very close calls. So
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was really intense.
If you spent any real time with Kori, you would understand it a little more. But it's still fucked up. It's still fucked up that they were successful. Okay, but Kori cracked the code. All right, Kori had the 4 kids and makes the husband pay for everything now, and fucking he just makes it happen. All right,
I'm just here living my best life.
Yeah, she's just living her best life. Fucking.
You joked about that in the episode. You said so she's the one woman that was actually buying her own animals, but now she's got him buying all her own animals.
Well, I think Kori's always made money at this, but I will say this: I would suck off fucking Kori's husband like a motherfucker if I could have her life. Okay, fucking Kori's just like fucking yeah. I'm going to Paris this weekend. All right, I heard they make good bread there, Chris. Have you ever been? And I'm like, no, I've never been to Paris. Just to get bread. I'm sorry, Kori.
There's only 2 men that I've heard you've ever say that to, and so that's pretty impressive. And they're both they're both good-looking chicks that breed reptiles. So
yeah, Chad is a fucking he's a good-looking dude. Yeah, fucking
he's pretty great. He's pretty great. But I've been making money at Reptiles for a while now, and so my reptile business funds.
But also, you're making money. I think everybody has to know it's not doing ball pythons. It's doing real fucking reptiles. That at a level that's probably higher than most people do it.
Yeah. So I made money at ball pythons when people were still making money at ball pythons. Hognose always did much better for me than ball pythons. I also worked with carpet pythons. I definitely didn't have the same kind of volume, but I had no problems ever moving those. I generally didn't have huge problems with the ball pythons. But again, like I got out around the start of the year. And so I got out kind of when we were just hitting the real big slump. So definitely didn't time that part well in terms of like buying in when things were really expensive and getting out when they were not. But I did transition over the past year and a half into a bunch of different lizards, mainly tree monitors. I don't know what you guys know about tree monitors, but from a price stamp, yeah. So they're not a pet for everyone. They take up a whole lot of space. They're a lot more demanding in terms of husbandry than things like ball pythons. But so I'm one of the only people producing black tree monitors in the country, and they go for like $2,500 each, and I can get as many as 4 clutches a year. And that's just, you can do the math pretty quickly there. So
how many eggs do you have?
Yeah. So for the black trees, you're typically getting about 4 eggs per clutch. So, you can end up making some pretty good money with not a whole lot of animals, which is wonderful because because each of the animals takes a whole lot more work and takes up a whole lot more space. But I have way less animals in my life now. So
how many do you have now as opposed to the ball pythons?
So we don't count reptiles because nothing good happens when you count reptiles. But it's probably about 1/5 of what I used to have in terms of snakes.
So. And when you have babies and everything like that, what do you have them in mostly? And I'm pretty sure you're probably moving them pretty fast though, huh?
Oh, for the tree monitors?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put them in, I typically start them in 3 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot enclosures. I'll put the whole clutch together. And then after a couple of months or so, they're ready to start looking for homes. So, just a couple of months of raising them. My food bills are super expensive right now because I don't do any of my own bugs. But I don't know. I enjoy it so much. It's everything about it is so much more fun for me.
So I'm guessing you're out of the rats now, so you don't have to do that either.
Oh my God, yes. It's the greatest thing in the entire world. I highly recommend it.
Because I remember you talking about how much work that was, and you know that you had a lot of help in that aspect. And then of course Chris said, I hope you don't have that in your damn house, and you were excited about the fact that you had it in your garage.
Yeah, and my attached garage. So like it shared walls with my house. So yeah, not having that going anymore is amazing. Not being tied to the weekly rodent cleaning schedule now is amazing.
I think that's the biggest thing about ball pythons is if you want to be successful, you have to have your own rodent production. But the rodent production takes up 90% of your time.
For sure.
And it is the worst. Just the smell and the constant friggin' going out and sweating and kicking your ass. I mean, that is the worst. And that's what's kind of pushed us to look at other avenues. Like, I know I'm gone a lot due to being in the military, but and putting that on my wife and daughter, the rodent cleaning was too much. It was just too much for them to handle. You know, when it comes to lizards and stuff, you can just order the bugs. The bugs get shipped to your house. You've got live insects, and you can get as many as you want. And it's not as expensive as getting frozen, thawed freaking rodents sent to your house that they may or may not eat because they're ball pythons and they're assholes.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't think it depends on the size of your animals and how much they're eating, but you would be shocked at how much I spend on bugs.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm sorry. Like, are you like Mike's monitors where you have several big ones now that like there has to still be some kind of rat bill, right? I mean, don't some of yours?
So all of mine are dramatically smaller than what Mike is generally keeping. My biggest ones, not counting the tail, are about that big. So we're not real huge. The problem is they've got really fast metabolisms and they eat almost every day. And certain species, because I don't just do monitors, I also have several species of spiny-tailed iguanas. They eat me out of house and home. Not sure I'm going to stick with them long term. They eat so much food. And bugs and vegetables and all sorts of stuff there. But yeah, so I do a little bit with rodents. Not a lot. I still have frozen rodents from when I was breeding rodents, so I haven't had to order anything recently. But I only do rodents like maybe once every other week. So it's not a super frequent offering for my things. Most of mine are insectivores in the wild.
Do you have do you think it's possible to work a full-time job having the money having the amount of animals that you have now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be possible. It would be hard to have a job where you have to travel a lot unless you have someone who is there to help out. But I think it would be very doable. I don't spend more than a few hours a day working on my animals at this point. Mm-hmm. Whereas I was spending probably 50 hours a week when I was still doing snakes.
So you have two autistic sons. Part of the reason you started this was the whole plan was if they couldn't find a job, this was going to be able to help them. Are they still into animals?
Oh no. So now I also have an autistic daughter, and my daughter helps a little bit. The boys are not even remotely interested. There is no amount of money I could pay my oldest to do anything with any of this. And my younger son refills humidifier water, and that's about the extent of what I've been able to coax from him. So it's that plan is not so much a viable plan.
That's funny. Because I know that was a big one. You were saying that you're hoping that you could set this up in the off chance that they couldn't find a job that they enjoyed or whatever, that mom would set them up. And it's kind of funny because our kids are the ones that usually get us into the hobby, and then they lose interest because we have an autistic son as well. So I get how that is.
Yeah,
they're excited and then they're bored.
Yep. I sold the snake that got my son into the hobby, and I don't think he ever noticed.
Until now. He's like, what?
I know. He's like, wait a minute, you don't have snakes anymore. Wait, does that mean?
Jesus Christ, there's a lot of autism autism people in this room, huh?
So I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty common in the reptile world. We have a unique pet interest that I think people who are a little atypical tend to gravitate towards. So it's
right, but when your kids actually were like when they were like, yeah, mom, we don't want to do this anymore. Were you just like, you just smacked the shit out of them at that point? Like, fucking
I'm 100K plus in. You can't get out.
I know. Yeah, my oldest, it was always wishful thinking. He was never that into it. My younger one, yeah, he's just not responsible.
That's straightforward and honest.
Jesus Christ.
So now that you've done this for as long as you have, obviously you would not suggest getting snakes. Would you suggest anybody getting into the reptile hobby?
Look, I would definitely suggest people get snakes. I would suggest people get any animal that they're interested in, that they want to work with. I wouldn't suggest doing it with the intentions of making it a full-time job. I wouldn't suggest getting into it with the intentions of making much money at all, frankly. I think the reptile hobby is super fun. I think I will always be involved in it in some capacity, but it's definitely not, it does not lead to riches for most people. And at the end of the day, like, animals are a hell of a lot of work. There are easier ways to make money. And it's just got to be something that you really enjoy. And if you enjoy it, like, I don't think there's a lot that I would recommend people not do that they enjoy.
Right.
So you basically reiterated everything Chris has said to everybody: getting the sex, getting the drugs, because animals aren't going to do it. So,
I remember, like, when we first started Eyeballs, we put in $250K, right? Mm-hmm. And after 3 years, I was like thinking in my head, man, if we just opened up an Arby's, this would be so much easier. Yep. Than me cleaning shit every day and fucking taking pictures of animals because I have to, not because I want to, to post on a Morph Market. And I think, quite frankly, the average Arby's customer would have been better than the average ball python customer, to be totally honest with you. Because the Arby's guy isn't going to come back and be like, fucking, I ordered extra pickles and there was only 6 pickles on this thing. And this, this fucking hamburger has a little bit of, looks like it's been in here for 2 days. Like, fuck you. Like, the ball python people are just the worst. And I'm very happy that Kori is here agreeing with me. Ball python people are the worst in the world. Okay.
Ball python people are what you have made your brand around, though.
What? No. I mean, technically, yes. Okay, but my brand is around the 20% of good people in the ball python hobby, not the 80% of shitheads.
You have the 90% of shitheads on your show.
Yeah,
and then make fun of them for failing.
All right, cool. I'm gonna bring you on the next time I have Kabilka on. Okay, fucking yeah. All right, fucking say that.
That's 1%.
Okay, yeah. Look, I'm just saying. All right, fucking, and You would fucking suck a big black dick to be as successful as any of the dudes on the main show. So fucking, I get it. It's okay. I used to think like you. I'm like, fucking, we're going to kill it. We're going to fucking kill this, and we're going to rock it.
I know I'm going to kill it. That's why I'm selling out of ball python.
I know. That's why I have a little bit of respect for you still. You know, and to be honest with you, you become part of that 20% because you're getting out of it. You were not always in that 20%. Okay. So everybody who's watching could, know that there's hope for you guys. Jared is fucking doing it right now. And Jared is fucking gonna breed Lacerdas and other lizards too. So
that's
fucking
awesome. Lacerdas are cool.
That's the fucking cool shit. So, Gerald and fucking Paul are still hanging on to that dream, and it's cool. Okay. It's cool, but fucking it's gonna end in disappointment. I'm just telling you. Okay.
I love how much hope you have for us, and I appreciate it, but I'm going to keep pushing forward, and thank God I got a good job. Like I said in my post earlier today, is that I don't need this money. I do it for fun. I enjoy the animals, and like Kori said, if you're going to do it because you enjoy it, not because you plan on getting rich.
But isn't that
don't breed rats? Isn't that the war cry of every ball python breeder? Like, thank God I got a good job. Thank God I got a good job.
I don't know. I think there's a few of them out there that don't have good jobs and are just being very hopeful.
Dude, there's a ton of them. All right, there's a fucking ton of them. All right.
Yeah. I got a sucky ass job, and I'm hoping that this takes off full time.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a pastel to a pastel and hope that there's something else in there.
There's motherfuckers that work at Arby's and fucking do ball pythons. I could have been the owner of that guy. Okay. So
the owner of
the people that still enjoy this don't breed rodents. The rodents,
right? Yeah, no, I agree with that part too.
Yeah,
yep.
The rodents definitely were a huge part of burnout for me.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Stories like that you say, that's the reason why I go and buy my rodents.
Yeah.
We had 600 snakes at our height, and they were like, maybe we should breed our own rodents. I'm like, I will quit the day that you decide to breed your own, rodents. There's no way I'm fucking doing that. So, and I can't even imagine the people that breed in their house. Like that's,
oh my God.
Well, no. That's like dating a chick with a dirty car, and you're like, man, I bet this chick stinks down there. Okay. As soon as you see that fucking dirty car, you're just like, whoa, I don't know about this. Right?
We had 2 racks in our garage, and one of them was full of ASFs, the other one was full of regular rats. But the smell, anytime you open the door to the garage, it was attached, but it bled through the whole damn house. And I could not live like that. That's why we put the building outside. There's no way I could not breed. Some of these people have a whole garage full of rats. And I'm like, how? How do you breed that continuously?
Tito is right though. The ASFs by themselves are not as bad as the traditional rat, but it's still bad. Like mice are worse. I don't know how the hell mice are worse when they're that much smaller but they are the worst.
No, I think rats are the worst.
Oh yeah, I agree. Friggin' the Norwegian rats are the worst.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, they're horrible. I can handle mine.
Mice have a particular smell to them that the males have, but it's just the pure accumulation from the large bodies of rats.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just bring them in, and they're usually in my house no more than 3 days. So when I bring them in live, I go through them 3 days and they're gone. But the smell off the mice in 3 days versus the smell of the rats in 3 days is just astronomically different.
You're not getting the sex production and everything like
imagine
breeding for a week, and these people that do like bi-weekly cleanings.
I don't know how.
Oh my God. I don't.
Wow.
No.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, me too.
You guys have 100% made sure that I will never breed a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Crystal, listen, we'll me and Paul will find out next month.
Why are you adding me in this?
And Crystal's not wrong. Her car is a goddamn train wreck. Hey, Val.
Oh, look at this. Val is back. What's up, Val?
What's up, Val?
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, Kori, what would get you back into ball pythons?
Nothing. Literally.
Nothing at all, right?
No.
No. I'll donate a Huffman.
I had Huffmans, my friend.
What was the final straw? What broke the camel's back, so to speak, that just said
it was the amount of money I was paying for my facility to only house a portion of my stuff there, and that I wasn't really getting a whole lot for it. It was just I was spending so much money, and I just and it just wasn't worth it to me anymore. And I had other stuff I enjoyed so much more.
So was it you weren't allowed to have them there?
Even though ball pythons have like a more diverse genetic palette than any other reptile in the industry.
Yeah.
That's not enough to keep you in the ball pythons?
No, no. So I do stuff that doesn't have morphs now. That's I don't know. I got that part stopped being super exciting to me pretty quick. I think one of the things for me that just, that I started struggling with once things started going the direction of triple recessives, like things where you're shooting for like 1 in 256 odds and those kinds of things. You're having to produce such a giant pile of garbage to hit that one good snake that you're wanting. And I felt like shit producing a lot of animals that I had to sell that I didn't really love and I wasn't excited about. And that I didn't necessarily think needed. I guess we're really contributing a whole lot to
Wait, so you're telling me your quad het normal didn't just get you dripping?
It didn't. I know.
Oh my God.
I know. So
I bet that was the first time you've been asked that today, whether something got you dripping.
You think it's the first? Do you know the people I hang out with, Chris?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
we're the same way. That's kind of it's went a direction that is not sustainable for the beginner breeder.
Right.
In my opinion, I don't think that it's sustainable.
Well, not even is it not sustainable. It's not really attainable, right? Like fucking.
It's not.
It's just not like, even if you buy these animals that are quad hets and shit like that and put them to other quad hets, the chances of you still getting something are, I'd rather go up the block to the casino and blow $5,000, than to do that. So.
And by the time you get it, that fucking animal that was $2,000 or $4,000 is now fucking $50 because everybody's already hit it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's somebody in the new 15 Minutes Lame that's gonna make a 6 hat. So that's a 1 in 1,056 chance.
Yeah.
So I think that one there is gonna be an animal to buy.
Stars, guys. You got to shoot for the stars.
Yeah. But if you see these guys' collections, they're obviously fucking their way to the middle, right? Because nobody is fucking, spending the money. Very few people are spending the money to do the Justin level things now, right? But it's also nice to see that the ball python hobby went from I'm gonna be the next new Justin to, if I make $60,000 this year, in addition to my job. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that, which most people wouldn't have been happy about that 5 years ago, and people don't understand, if you make $60,000 a year at your job, then you make an extra $50,000 a year with ball pythons, that throws you into an entirely different income bracket. Okay. And that's life-changing. Yep. So that's what got it.
The one person that I've seen do it to be able to be successful in the last, since I started, that just came in and just really took over was Miguel.
Miguel, yeah.
Miguel did, but he had the money to invest.
But he had $1 million.
Yes, exactly. So if you don't have $1 million to go buy double or triple visual everything's now, what are you doing? Because
wait. He dropped a lot of money, but he did it very smartly, and he's got the personality to do it. So just having money does not make you money.
Right. Like Miguel had successful other businesses.
Yes.
Right? So anything Miguel would have did is going to be a success. So dropping money doesn't mean shit, because let's say Miguel dropped $1 million. That fucking 16-year-old jerk in Texas dropped $1 million, and he was out of it in fucking 3 years. So, you know, it's not the amount of money you put into it. You know, and
combination.
Corey, you never did like
and the charisma to do it.
Right. And you have to have an Instagram page, and you have to have a YouTube channel, and you have to have all this other shit that when we started wasn't even around. And Kori never really did like a YouTube channel or you know, a giant Instagram, right?
Yeah.
You just were doing your shit.
Yeah.
By word of mouth.
Yeah. I mean, I have an Instagram, I post to it, but I don't like do lives or like, I don't know. I just post pictures sometimes.
But Kori, you have a personality that shows that you care about and you love animals.
Yeah.
And I think that people feed off that. So when they're looking for those specific animals, they're like, hey, if I go to Kori, I'm getting a good quality animal, somebody who's actually going to help me out and make sure that I do the best for this animal. And that's where you're going in, and you're not selling $50 animals.
Well, I was going to say it's a whole nother class of animal that Kori's selling, though.
Yeah.
You're selling a centerpiece of a household, as opposed to something that somebody can throw in their closet.
Right. And so, you know, I'm also with the kind of animals I'm selling, I'm also qualifying customers because I'm not selling animals that, you know, just some random person should be getting. I want to make sure I know what someone's keeping history has been like. I want to see what their cage looks like. I want to make sure they know, you know, everything that they need to know so that they can be successful with this animal. Because it's not something you can just throw into a drawer and toss a mouse a week and be good. You know what I mean?
Well, that's something Mike Stefani does, right? Like Mike Stefani, like we gave away a monitor, a Mertens monitor, and before Mike even shipped it out, Mike was like, I need to see pictures of your cage. Mike even walked the girl through you know, how to set it up. And made sure it was to Mike's specs before he even sent the animal out to her. And I noticed that a lot of monitor people do that.
Yeah, I mean, the good ones too, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I want people to be successful with their animals, and you know, I'll tell people, no, you need to move a log here, and it needs to be this distance from the heat source, and you know, all that kind of stuff. We get into really, really specific detail, and it really, really matters to their success. So it's just a totally different kind of thing. And so, yeah, it's a whole lot more niche. I'm not producing anywhere near the quantity of animals that I was previously.
Well, and also it's the old adage, like the person that spends $4,000 is a lot less of a pain in the ass from the person that spends $80 or $200. For sure. You know, because they're the worst. You know,
well, this was great. So, anybody that wants a collection in Canada, hit me up.
That's the same. But what she does is the same thing I do with my Lacerdas. Because Lacerdas is not something that you can sell to just anybody like a ball python is. It's you have to know how to get your husbandry right, what to feed them. You have to have done your research. And
whoa! Let's bring that up again. Shut up for a minute, Jared. Emily's blowing me kisses. I don't even know Emily. Fucking yeah, baby. Fucking,
nice.
Fucking the crippled motherfucker.
She blew us kisses too.
All right. What's that?
She blew us kisses too. She said,
"No, she didn't. No, she didn't."
She said, "Panel and chat."
All right, let's bring that back up again.
It's Chris.
I see the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared,
Chris is getting kisses.
Damn it.
Jared doesn't know about emoji placement, man. All right. So
I don't.
that's what it's all about. All right. Thank you, Emily. All right. Happy Sunday to you too. Stay tuned for my one black friend and my one white friend at 9:00 tonight. Right? So, got to do it. SR Exotics. Maybe we'll have them on in 15 minutes.
I was gonna say, sounds like you need to bring Emily on.
Yep.
Hot chick episode. We got a few things he could throw them on.
Well, you know what's fucked up too? I still got to do the hot
spread.
I still got to do the hot guy episode.
Yeah, you were talking about that for a long time.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's fucked up? Mike Stefani got voted the hottest dude, right?
Yeah, I know.
And but by far, okay, by far. And but Gerald would be on it too. Gerald used to be a stripper, so fucking everybody wants to see that body, right?
I didn't bring it up this time, Gerald. I didn't bring it up.
Yep. Even Sean voted Mike, right?
So. And all I was on late to the mic. I was just shooting text, and then Courtney threw me right under the bus and said to Patrick, "By the way, Gerald was a stripper." And then like his mind was blown, and he's like, "Why didn't I know about this?"
Yeah,
and
dude,
like,
I got the best picture of Gerald on a shirtless on a horse like Putin or the fucking or the Old Spice guy. Yeah. It's so fucking funny, man. Yeah.
See, that's the type of picture you should have to throw up on this every once in a while, just to make people laugh and cry. If that doesn't make you cry, like it's an onion picture for sure.
Dude, it's fucking funny. Gerald does reels of him jogging. And I'm like, I get winded wheeling to the parking lot here. Like fucking, and Gerald's posting pictures of him jogging
I get dizzy.
through like a cornfield like that. There, you know, there's crop circles up there, and he's gonna get abducted one day. But fucking Gerald, does, as long as you do it live on camera and mention the Fat Man Nation on your way up, fucking good luck to you, buddy.
That'll go viral. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
The lamest chat would get more than 12 views.
That's right. Fucking A. Right. But it doesn't matter because Emily is here. So fucking who cares, right?
If you like this podcast,
as long as Emily keeps showing up.
Hit the like button. If you like Kori Martin, hit the like button.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. All of it.
Yeah. Did you guys see the size of my zucchini squash?
I did. Yes. All right. That's amazing.
You were pretty excited.
It's amazing considering like everybody in the world hates zucchini. So, but it is the emoji for the dick, right? So fucking, yeah. Fucking, what are you gonna do? Kori.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna bring it back to you now. Okay. All right. We're gonna stop all this dick and fart joke talk and bring it back to actual shit. So by now, how long were you with the ball pythons?
5 years.
5 years, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that you've made as much money from the monitors in 2 years than you made with the ball pythons?
Absolutely not.
No, right?
No, not even close.
No.
I've only been producing monitors for like 6 months. So, yeah, not even close.
But at $2,500 a pop, do you have wait list for your animals?
I don't, just because I don't want to deal with the hassle of a wait list, because usually by the time you get around to calling people on the wait list, their car broke down or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't, so far I haven't actually posted anything for sale. People have just kind of hit me up and I've sold things. At some point I'll probably start pre-selling, but because it takes 5 months for a clutch to hatch. So it's a long process.
But 5 months, like fucking, I remember seeing MJ go through some, I think he was doing tree monitors also.
Yeah.
And 5 months is a long time. And there's such a, like you guys are checking your ball python eggs after 2 months for mold or anything like that. Like 5 months got to be a fucking mind extracting. Yeah. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So you having a clutch really just doesn't mean anything, right?
Right.
It's like getting to make that clutch viable is what
so
matters.
what a lot of people, at least some people that I've talked to, and I think what I would probably do is once a clutch makes it to about 4 months, some people will because usually if it's made it that long, odds are pretty good you're going to hatch something out. And so they might take, if it's a 4-egg clutch, they might take deposits on 2 eggs of the 4 eggs. And then obviously if nothing's viable from that clutch, then, it would roll over to the next clutch.
Right.
And so that's typically how I've seen people do it. And that's what I would
now with monitors, is it a lot like, so I'm using the Certas because that's what I know, does it take a long time for you to be able to sex them as well? Because the Certas, it takes like 3 to 6 months to even be able to sex them.
Yeah. So typically you're not necessarily even going to be sure until they're maybe a year old on tree monitors. Some other species of monitors can be easier to tell from a younger age. And usually you can tell pretty clearly if something's a male, but you want to wait until it's like a year or so old to really declare it a female.
Yeah, that's how Lacertas are too. We actually had some that we thought were females that we put into brumation, and then come to find out, brumation actually stimulates the sexual growth.
Oh, that's interesting.
After they come out of brumation and they're sexually active, that's when you can really determine whether it's male or female.
That's really interesting. Yeah. So usually hatchlings are sold unsexed. Any holdbacks are going to be, I don't know the sex of it if I'm holding it back. So, a year from now, I might find out that it's not the sex I really needed, or, that kind of thing. And so
that sounds rough too.
So it's just different. But then I also breed Ackies, and Ackies are usually really easy to tell early on because they have a totally different face structure for males and females.
You like yellow or red Ackies?
I have both. I have both. There are things I like about both. I think the reds are a little prettier. The yellows have a little bit more of a relaxed personality.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you do Kimberly rock monitors?
I don't do Kims. I'm working with King's monitors, which are really, really, really tiny. They're like this big, not counting the tail. And they've been really, really, really difficult to breed. I've gotten lots of clutches and have not successfully hatched any eggs from those yet. And that's a pretty common scenario right now because only a few of them were imported, and they've been crossbred so many times that we're dealing with severe inbreeding depression at this point. And so there may just not be King's monitors around in the hobby a whole lot longer. So I don't have Kims, but I do have those. I also have Similis monitors and Peacock monitors. And
you have Peacock monitors?
I do.
Yeah, the only guy I know doing those is the UV guy, McVeigh.
Yeah, Ryan. That's what I got. Yeah, I got mine from Ryan. Yep.
They're easier to breed.
I've gotten a clutch, but she decided to lay it underneath the water bowl. So by the time I found it, I had no idea she was gravid because they don't really come out a whole lot. I had no idea she laid the eggs. I had no idea there was a lock. So when I found the clutch, it was underneath a big tub of water, and most of the eggs had spoiled. But I incubated a couple, and the last 2 just went bad a couple weeks ago. So
and do the majority of these have to be incubated at the same temperature?
Yes.
Because otherwise, okay, all right.
Yeah, so typically you're incubating somewhere around 85 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah.
For 5 months.
For 5 months.
Yeah.
Did you buy a Wilbanks incubator? Or are we using?
No, I have an old Sea Serpents incubator.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
I'll give you an FU.
Yep.
So what do you have going on right now as far as things you want to promote, or do you not want to promote anything? Do you even care if fucking any of these 14 people fucking contact you?
I mean, I don't really have much for sale, and I'm kind of scrambling to figure out what I'm going to bring to shows. So I don't know that I have a whole lot to be like pimping. I do have new Kori Martin brand coffee. So if you want Kori Martin coffee, come buy some from me, Alice.
A little cold-blooded cafe action. Huh? Fucking yeah.
It's amazing. It's such good coffee. I'm really, really excited about it. Yeah, so I have that. Hit me up.
But people can reach out to you and just see what you got going on if they're interested in something and ask questions at least.
Yeah, please follow along. Kori Martin Reptiles on Instagram. You can follow along with my adventures there.
And she's pretty responsive on the that if you send her a message, she will eventually get back to you.
Oh, hey, I was on vacation.
Hey.
I didn't say anything negative. I said she'll eventually get back to you.
Listen,
you read into it.
Listen, if you were cool, you'd have her cell phone number, so it wouldn't matter.
You're right. I'm not cool. I'm Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian. Right. That is very true. Kori, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're going to throw you backstage. If you want to hang out, you can hang out. If you don't want to hang out, you don't have to hang out. It's,
sounds good.
It's all good. We're going to go for about 10 more minutes because I got another show at 9. So,
sounds good. Thanks,
all right.
guys.
I'll talk to you later, Kori.
Right.
Thank you again.
Bye.
Thanks, Kori.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
So, Chris, how do you know nice people? I don't get it. Like,
Dude, I know, right? Like Kori and I, like on paper, Kori and I should not be friends. Okay.
No.
Oil and vinegar.
Yeah,
if you shouldn't be friends.
Yeah, well, like if you were to read about us, you would be like, "There's no way that dude is getting along with that girl." But yeah, no, we hit it off, and we've been friends for years now too. It's like, well, whenever I need Kori to fill in or do anything, Kori always comes through.
That's right.
She's
but
really
a lot of the Texas people are like that. Like Heidi Dunlap is also like that. The Texas people are just they're a different breed down there. So once they're your friend forever. So,
well, I think you guys said that there's like the Texas crew, and
Texas Mafia. Yeah,
if you're involved with the Texas Mafia, you're in. If you're not, you might not be in it for very long.
Yeah. There's a lot of open space in Texas, man. Right, a lot of open space. Right. So, but yeah, no, she did great. She always, Kori always does great. So.
Yeah.
Although she just basically told every ball
person.
python breeder to get rid of ball pythons, but yeah.
No, she didn't really say that. She said that if you're into the animal, fucking, go for it. And listen, that's kind of my attitude too, especially with this shift in thinking nowadays. Like it's where, hey, if we could just make some money off it, and increase our level of income and our lifestyle based on it, fucking go for it. That's what you should do. But don't go into this thinking you're going to make 80 grand the first year because we put 250 grand into it and we didn't break even until like year 7. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot.
I'd be stoked to pay the feed bill.
Go ahead.
What's that, Jarrett?
I'd be stoked to pay the feed bill.
Dude, we were spending $2,500, $3,000 a month on rats back then. And this is 10 years ago, So it was nuts, man.
You think that far back, like that far ago, we were breeding snakes with genetic mutations that were visible, right? So codoms. We're breeding a lot of incomplete dominance to incomplete dominance. Now we're breeding a lot of hets. It's head to head, or it's visual this to make double het this or triple het this. Yeah. So we're getting a bunch of animals that look just like fucking normals, that are triple het, and you have a possibility to hit this, and this with 1 in 400,000 chance. So it's not as fun. You don't get the fun out of it that you get when you're breeding. Say when there was a you were doing the first GHI to the first Mojave, and you popped out a GHI Mojave. That shit was fucking pumping. Right? Yeah. You saw that, and that shit was fire, and you're like, yes, that's beautiful. That's something that people will love. Well, now you're getting a desert ghost to a fucking clown. You're getting a het Desert Ghost Clown. It's a double head. And you're like, that looks like a fucking normal. And then you get the visual and you're like, okay.
Yeah, but even Desert Ghost Clowns, by the end of the year, they're going to be under $1,000 because there's so many of them out there now, right? Yep. So fucking, it's I mean, the Kodoms definitely lost value quicker. You know, there's no doubt about that. Like anybody who paid $20,000 for a banana, fucking knows that. But the person that paid $20,000 for the banana made at least $200,000 from that banana. You know, because when you spend $20,000 for an animal, even if the babies go down to $3,000, you tell me you're not going to take that fucking money? That's not good money for fucking breeding. That's better return than a stock market, trade.
But everybody that does the quad hets, we were joking about the casino. That's essentially what it is. But they're adding codoms in it, so it's not usually a normal codom. It's usually like we'll go cinnamon pinstripe with 4 hets, and then they're pulling that lever and hoping that all 4 hets will hit to another 4 het, and they get one out of that clutch that might have the cinnamon, the pinstripe, and the 4. Yes, it's a fucking.
They're going to hold back and not make any money off of.
Right.
They're going to save that one and then wait 3 years, and then they're going to breed it. And then guess what? By the time they breed it, that animal's worth $50.
Not only that, I agree with Jared wholeheartedly here. First of all, anybody still working with cinnamon should be shot and pissed off.
That's what I was gonna say. He picked cinnamon and pinstripe. I'm like,
sorry, I picked something that wasn't normal.
And if you're still working with cinnamon, imagine where all those thousands of cinnamons are now that fucking were produced in 2007 or 2008. Okay, that are worth literally $11 right now. Okay, just imagine how many of those had to get killed and fucking die to make your cinnamon pinstripe clown, Gerald. Okay, and the other thing is fucking shed testing. For like what I used to love to gamble. I still love to gamble, but it used to be great for that possible het that you brought to prove out. Yeah. With shed testing now, it takes a lot of that fun out of it, But basically, what Will Moreau said is, what shed testing did was take every recessive and make it an incomplete dominant behind a $50 paywall. Yeah, and that'll jumpstart a lot of people's stuff, and a lot of people are using it. But I think a lot of the fun gets thrown out too. But also at the same time, we were sold probably, 40, 50, maybe fake hets. And we got ripped off by just somebody who produced, normals. And they were like, it's het for albino or it's het for whatever. It never turned out to be.
There you go, Jeremy.
Jeremy, it doesn't matter. All right. Fucking take that cinnamon out to the highway, let it loose, and let it take its chances. All right. Fucking.
By the way, we should shout out Charlie for shed testing. Dude, if you guys do need shed testing, he's the best.
Charlie is such the shit, man. Fucking, I mean, Charlie is probably, if there was to be a mic drop award for the last couple of years, Charlie and Redline would get it. Oh, so that's good company to be in, Yeah.
So if you guys want a good discount of 0% for the Lamest Chat, put in the Lamest 4 on Charlie's website, and we'll get 0% when you do shed testing with Charlie.
All right, don't listen to Jared because he's talking shit right now.
Yeah,
but you could use the code FATMAN15 and get 15% off your shed test order. That's real, okay? Right?
That's real. Right. Sean, since we're getting a little off topic, can you go to the lamest fact? You guys get distracted so easily. In the history of the show, only 5 contestants out of the biz are completely out. Got completely out. That's why I was giving you guys shit, because you guys were talking about all the hot chicks, and I know it's separate from the actual competition, but you were talking about that one's out, that one's out, that one's out.
Yeah.
Like, stop talking about them.
I mean, really, the whole thing is, I think it's a testament to my ability to pick winners, right? Because there's been over 65 people in the fucking competition, and fucking only 5 of them are out. Well, shit, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I forgot that Gerald is out, or Jared is out. So fucking, I'm sorry.
I'm not out. I'm not out. God damn it! I'm just not doing as much.
Well, no, because you're still doing Lacerdas, so you're not really out.
And leopard geckos and gargoyle geckos.
Wait. He still has ball pythons.
Yeah, I know. I just had another clutch. I was like, we pulled a bin open the other day, and I was like, oh shit, there's eggs in there. I was like,
dude, isn't that the worst? That's the fucking worst, right? Well, like, I remember after Eyeballs closed, I took fucking 2 banana clowns home, right? And I opened that fucking tub one day, and there was fucking 8 eggs on that fucking banana clown, and I'm like, motherfucker, right?
That's amazing.
I did. I opened the fucking tub on this, so it's a pied hypo female that I put to a pastel pied pause head hypo male, and I opened the tub and I was like, oh, there's a fucking slug. I was like, please let the rest of them be slugs. I don't want to deal with this.
Yep.
But no, there was 1 slug and fucking 7 great eggs.
Right, that's the way that's God kicking you in the fucking ass, because he did the same thing to me. Fucking right. And I thought that was my worst luck when that happened. Little did I know 2 years later I'd be losing a leg. But whatever. It's like fucking it is what it is. But I remember I was so mad. Thank God this dumb dick and fart joke show has made me popular enough where fucking they flew out the door. Like fucking fed them 5 meals, and people were buying them just to buy a fat man snake. So fucking thank God. So I could get back into it theoretically this year and have, a couple of clutches, but which is something of a possibility that I might do. Because if I could have 3 clutches and make an extra 15 grand, I may do that.
Wait.
You could sell goddamn cinnamon.
Be a dumbass ball python breeder again?
What's that?
Are you going to be a dumbass ball python breeder again?
I might possibly. You know what?
Because love every second of this. This is even better. Because this guy's been fucking shitting on us for the whole fucking time, and now he's like, dude, I'm going to buy 4 more.
I'm going to make 15 extra grand. I don't know. Fuck it.
Dude, I'm shitting on you and your fucking 90,000 racks back there, okay? Where I'm going to have 1 rack about this high, okay? Fucking that could fit in my closet, okay? And just fucking make $10,000 clutches.
Yeah, but
so I may do that. Yeah.
Hey, I saw you're selling your Focus Cube habitats. What's up with that?
Yeah, I just figured, they're not a sponsor anymore. So if they're not supporting me, I'm not supporting them. Fuck them. No, I'm kidding about that. All right, I'm kidding. Fucking, I just Paul knows how my house is laid out, right? So fucking, but behind the computer there was a whole nother room there that I want to use for filming different things. And the Focus Cube habitats, 3 of them were fucking empty, man. So fucking, I was just like, fuck it, I'm getting rid of them. And we just got rid of them. I actually sold all 3 today. It was, right on Marketplace, believe it or not, right? So fucking, one guy came in, fucking handed me some money, fucking took all the cages out to his truck, left. I was happy. And, and now I have so much more room in there. So
I didn't even have to lift a finger.
Yeah, not at all. Because I'm like, dude, I'm going to be less than useful to you because I'm in a wheelchair. So you have to do everything. And he's like, yeah, I got it. No problem. Came by, fucking took all. He actually wasn't even going to buy all 3. He was just going to buy the 2x2s. And then he was like, we started talking about our hatred of certain reptile podcasts. And fucking, he goes, how much of a deal will you give me if I buy that last one? And I was like, yeah, I'll give it to you for 600 or whatever. He goes, I got 580 on me. I go, sold. I go, give me that fucking 580. And he took all 3 out. And now I have a whole nother room to set up to do some films. So
you didn't tell him he had to watch the Lamest Chat first?
No, of course I did. I told him about everything. Yeah. He basically subscribed right while he was on because he was a green tree guy, and he a green tree and a boa guy. So he subscribed. He was like, "What do you do here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got a reptile podcast." And he's like, "Yeah, so what are you keeping?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that skink over there." And he's like, "Oh, all right." He thought I was full of shit. And we just started talking, and he stayed for about an hour and fucking took all the shit out, handed me a bunch of money, and fucking left. So, but the I do want to like Lacerdas and everything else. I want to get a different style of cage for them. Once I start doing those, and I want to do Uromastics. I'm going to be hitting up Jeremy for an ornate Uromastic soon. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So I just I have room in the house, but not for giant fucking 10 feet of focus cube cages. And I don't know if you noticed, but they're bulky as fuck, man. So it's like they're only like 3x2x2s, but they're rigid, so there's no like fucking give to any of it. And this guy came, cut himself up when he was fucking moving it and just knocked it out. So that was cool because I really used to think that Marketplace was just like handing out your address to the open internet, because I always fucking think about that Nate Bargatze joke where he's like, my wife sold like a broken chair on Marketplace for $5. He goes, so this guy came to the house. The best that could have happened was we get $5. He goes, the worst that could have happened is our entire family gets murdered. Okay. So I'm like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, you're not running away either.
No, exactly. This dude was in shape too. He would have caught me. So fucking, yeah. And then, could have.
But Focus Cube does a really good setup if you've got the money to do a good. Justin did an amazing setup in his facility that's all done by them, and they like everything's set up differently, and it looks amazing.
Dude, even MJ's Focus Cube setup is fucking gorgeous, right?
Yeah. Do we shout MJ out? Do we?
I'll shout the guy.
No, man, what the man's done is great. I mean, displays that are awesome.
Exactly, and fucking. There's, I'm gonna put out respect what someone deserves respect, right? Like fucking his cages look amazing, and he even had custom perches made, and they look great in the Focus.
Aren't they like fiberglass or something? Like he went all out on those.
He got them out. He got them from a guy that just builds the perches. Yeah. So fucking it's they're really fucking nice. And if I get green trees in the future, I'm gonna shout out that guy too, because fucking they're done well. What's up, Charlie? Fucking, we were just talking about you.
After we shut him out, he comes in and it was like Beetlejuice.
Charlie, if you get a fucking dumbass Lamest code on the on orders from your site, just ignore it, okay? Just ignore it. They went off script with that.
It's the Lamest Ford for 0% discount. It's great.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! All right, guys.
That was awesome. I want to thank everybody for coming on out and listening to this Dick and Fart Joke podcast. Like this fat man always says. So thank you very much. And
Kori was like, "Fuck it, I'm gone." She waited, and she was like, "Fuck it."
I was going to say, we told her 10 minutes.
and I want to thank Kori for putting up with us. Like it's a testament to her true patience that she put up with us for as long as she did.
Kori is fucking amazing. One of my nice people in the hobby and one of my best friends. So fucking definitely. I got a skink. All right, fucking. All right. We're gonna head out because I got a show in half an hour. Yep. So we'll talk to you guys later. Sean, if you could just throw the dumb outro reel going at a piece.